Welcome back, guys, to another video. We've got a conifer. This was just dug out of the hedge. Well, out of a garden, kind of a hedge. It was the hedge, but they took it out. And yeah, I decided to bonsai it. It's looking really healthy. It has done this year. I've struggled with it over the last probably 5 or 6 years to get things balanced. First initial styling of it hasn't changed, but this secondary branch here, second trunk, was really thin, spindly, and it had a lot of demand on it to get all this built up. So it never did a lot. It wasn't enough, the trunk wasn't fat enough to supply enough energy to really push out these pads. But it's got to the stage now, it's really thickened up. It's not quite the same thickness as this, but it's getting there. And the old scarring is fading and blending nicely. So I think next year it'll be even better. I'll fill up this area. I've designed this side of the tree, this second trunk, as almost like its own bonsai. I think it's a good technique if you're doing a style like this. And you've got two trunks. Try and do them individually as a bonsai. So if I was to chop this big bit off this side, this would still look like a lovely bonsai. Same with this side. I'm not going to do that. I'm not getting carried away. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to get my scissors out or anything. I promise. Promise this time. I promise. No, the exercise of this is to get the wire off and then just let it relax. I probably wire it twice a year because they do tend to want to follow the sky. They just want to go up all the time. Once you get them into position, they're pretty good. This one's set quite well. This one isn't bad. This one's come up a bit, needs bringing down, as this one needs bringing down. But that's about it, really. Yeah, it's just, they are difficult, very difficult, especially when the branches are young. They're very flexible. You can do whatever you want with them. You can tie them in a knot, but because of that, they just want to go back up. They want to follow the sun. So we'll just go around and we'll just take this wire off. I'm not going to be too fussy on saving a lot of it, because it's put on a good load of new growth and I don't want to damage it too much. Yeah, so I wire this probably twice a year. So I'll rewire this in the spring and then it'll be back off about 6 weeks later because it just cuts in. Because when they do take off, they do swell quite quickly. Just trying to think what year I started this. It's got to be 5, 6 years ago. I've got a photo somewhere on my phone of it. It was a stick. Yeah, it was a stick. It wasn't in the best of health when I got it, actually, because where it was pulled out of this garden, it was sat in a bag for quite a while, probably a month or so. I'm surprised it survived. But yeah, came back. I planted it in the ground straight away where I lived before. Dug a hole out the back under the oak tree, and yeah, it stayed in the ground for a year, I think, just to get the roots developed. Yeah, and at the time I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it, but he's turned out quite nice. quite nice to work on, these conifers. So I have pruned very heavily over the years, and you do get really small growth. So normally they're quite long and leggy, each individual growth part. But I've got it quite small. It's almost, a quick glance, it's almost hinoki, just the colour. But yeah, it just shows that you can take anything really and bonsai it. Yeah, see, he's already started cutting in. My arm's probably in the way. Get out of the way! He's in the way again. It is awkward. It's awkward. Temperature dropped today. Dropped quite a bit. Dropped by probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 degrees, I'd say. I've just been outside bringing this in, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bit of frost in the morning, because the sky's cleared out for a change. The stars are out, it's looking nice, but because of that, you can guarantee the temperature is going to drop. Yeah, I've often looked at getting more of these in the garden centre. They're cheap as chips. Or if you're in a position where somebody is digging up an old hedge, yeah, they're definitely worth a go. Definitely. Right, what I might do, because you don't want to hear me bang on, it's going to probably take 20 minutes or so to get all this wire off. I'll stick you on a time lapse, and then we'll come back. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Right, they're looking fairly good. I did notice down here though, in this pad, there's quite a bit of, not a lot, but a few dead pieces in one area. When I had a good dig around, I found, what did I do with it? Threw it down here. It's like an insect, made a little nest, like possibly a moth or something. Yeah, it's a good telltale sign if you see an area that's gone brown, and it shouldn't have, it's got plenty of light getting to it. Yeah, dig around. It was like a little, I don't know what it was. Something. Look at him. He looks a nasty little fellow. You see that? Don't think it's one of them. Wait, he's jumped. I don't think he's one of them false weirdos. We get a few of them around here. There's one in the windowsill actually. Bert, I call him. He's up there now. Bert. He's my mate. Gets all the flies. But yeah, you don't want to get bitten by one. Buggers. Buggers they are. Yeah, so all in all, health's looking really good. Not a lot of deads come out of it. I say this area is really kind of started to take on now, because this part's got fatter. It can supply all this plenty of energy. So I'm not going to do anything else to it. I'm going to leave it. It will need bringing down, but I think the initial wiring on all the ends in the pads, I think we're near enough there now. It has been a right pain in the rear wiring this twice a year, but it's been worth doing it because I've got good pad structures. Now I can just rely on a bit of directional pruning, because these will get to a stage where they'll be like this, and you never get a wire in there. All you can do is just pull down the whole branch. But yeah, it's all looking good. I like this tree. Nothing special, but it's mine. Yeah, I'll put a photo up of what it looked like when I first put it into a pot, into a garden pot, after I dug it out of the ground. It was just in a normal plant pot, because there was quite a bit of root on it still. But yeah, lovely. Right, I'll love you and leave you. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening. Cheers, guys.